and it's going to be called Knights of the Old Republic Remake. And I saw a guy getting kind of upset about it, where he's like, "Really? That's the title you went with?"
Yeah, it's understandable for someone to be pissed about that, but now you gotta look at it as a Star Wars fan. That means that now whatever they release, regardless to this remake, is officially canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think they could have come up with the best name. I still think they could have come up with a better name. I'm with that other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would have been Knights of the Old Republic, Legend of Darth Revan, or Legend of Revan. Would probably have been a better name for it. But I guess since Knights of the Old Republic is a lot bigger than just Revan now, they have to just make it as remake. Because, I mean, even the same thing could be done for God of War. You have God of War, the first game that came out, and then 2016, 2018 version of God of War, and it's still called just God of War.
Yeah.
Even though it should be like God of War, like 5.
Yeah, one of the guys, he said was the problem is that, like, Diablo 2, when they remade that, they at least called it, like, Resurrection, you know? Like, don't just put remake right in the title. Like, come on.
Yeah. They could have just went with, like, a generic, like, Star Wars Jedi Legacy, or, just something. Just not remake.
Well, I think what it is, every time they say remake, it's the same story, but made better for better gen. I mean, look at the Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
You had Resident Evil remake, Resident Evil 2, then Resident Evil 2 remake.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same game, just changed for nowadays.
Yeah, but couldn't they have said something like The Force Continues? Or something?
Well, if you do it like that means they're hinting that there has been some change to it.
Yeah.
Well, I heard they are changing a few things.
I hope not. The end of that game, if you were evil, the end of that game is the most satisfying ending to any game I have ever played. Bar none. Like, Bastila is your evil apprentice singing your praises. It, like, pans out, you're the head of this huge galactic armada, and your character just kind of nods, and then it fades to black. Oh, it was great. Like, I loved it so much.
Yeah, they did say they're going to try and keep true to the story, so if they change a few things, it's not going to be anything really story changing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. All right. I think I got everything going. Hello, internets. Hopefully it's named the right thing this time. I don't know.
Yeah, Newbie Campaign Session 4 Part 2.
Okay.
That's it.
Awesome. All right, then. So, you guys are standing over your old friend, the dead owlbear. Azrael, I think especially, is kind of covered in blood and gore once again. Wounded, but not terribly so, right? You took, about a third of your HP?
Yeah, almost half, I think.
Yeah. And everything's kind of quiet, minus the gurgling of the stream nearby. So what then are you guys going to do now?
I think the plan was still go look for the supplies. The bear was just in the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So here, I'm just gonna grab all you guys and quickly move you down there. Whoop, I grabbed the dead owlbear too. I'll leave him there.
Apparently he's coming with us.
Before I move deeper in, can I call in the wolves since we're still alive?
Yeah, make an animal handling check. Fenrir, I like that. Is that gonna be their name?
Oh, nice.
I enjoy Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah, Fenrir, Hattie, and Kevin.
Fenrir is Greyback, right, from Harry Potter. But it's also
Fenrir is.
Yeah, it's the name of a god too, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, Fenrir is not really a god; it's more of a mystic creature from Norse. It's the wolf that ends or starts Ragnarok.
Yes,
it's Laksa, right?
And Hati is it's either the wolf that chases the sun or the wolf that chases the moon.
Okay. And then Kevin is Kevin McAllister from Home Alone.
May as well be. He's still my favorite.
All right, is Fenrir gonna be the leader of the pack then? The mostly white
Kevin
one.
Is.
Kevin is? All right.
100% Kevin.
All right. Kevin. Now all I can hear, though, is the woman scream from Home Alone when she realizes that her son's missing. Kevin! All right.
Now, every time we think of Kevin, we think of the heads of Ghidorah. Because I've seen memes that Mo and Larry and then Kevin.
Ah, okay.
Was one of the heads being stupid, and that's Kevin.
All right. All right. So, the wolves, they don't come. They're still guarding the entrance, at least. But they don't come.
Yeah, they can probably still smell the owlbear.
They don't come further into the cave.
I'll drag out the carcass later then.
All right. So, as you guys go in, Glick, I think you kind of point out the pile of shit, right? That.
Yeah. Like, I'm not crazy. There's the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's roughly the size of me, so here you go.
Yeah. I go higher than it.
And you guys look, the crates and stuff in here, while it looks like the owlbear might have rooted through some of them that were opened, the way you guys are looking at it, it looks more like somebody opened them with a crowbar or some kind of prying tool rather than just crush them open like you would expect the owlbear would.
So somebody was here before the owlbear.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, there is still most of the stuff that you guys left. Judging by what's missing, it looks like there was maybe only 2 or 3 people that would have carried off the stuff. So they didn't take a whole lot. And, I mean, that's the only real sign that you guys see that somebody else has been here. But, like I said, too, all of the bodies seem to be missing. So you guys don't know what happened with that.
Well, the owlbear could be really well fed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's something all over the place it might be.
Yeah. Is there any sign of the bodies in the poop?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys see it might be human hair, right? Or humanoid hair. But it could also be, fur from an animal that it killed. So, I don't think any of you guys are, like, if there was a ranger in the group, I'd be like, oh, yeah, you could sort through the poop and figure out what it ate. But I don't think any of you guys are like,
ain't nobody volunteering.
No one's going near it.
No.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about the Jurassic Park scene, right, with the giant poop.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys, it doesn't take you long to, I think, did any of you guys have rope, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I think you guys end up doing is you just tie rope around the bigger crates, and then you can just lower them down that chimney, and then it cuts a whole lot of you having to carry the crap out of the cave. Yeah, so within, I don't know, under an hour of you guys fooling around, you are able to get all of that stuff out. Now, do you guys go and explore the rest of the cave?
Yeah, we might as well just to make sure we got everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only other real thing was like the place across the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so just for expedience, how about you guys all give me an investigation check? All right, so just so you guys know, the way group checks can work is if I ask all of you guys to roll it, it's if more people get successes than failures, it's a success. So,
cool.
Yeah, that worked out. Javin, I think you do notice a few more signs of it looks like people had come in and rooted around through stuff. And you do find that in the cave where the water, this room up here, there is evidence of bones in a corner and like scraps of meat and that kind of stuff that looks like the owlbear did eat at least one of the bodies. But it's not enough for you to think that it ate all of them, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody came here, and I think you do see kind of like drag marks in some of the soil and rock where it looks like heavy things have been pulled through. So it looks to you like somebody actually came in and gathered up the bodies and pulled them out of the cave. Now, you're not 100% on that, but that's kind of what it seems like. And then it looks like maybe this owlbear came and took residence after that was done, or maybe during, because one of the bodies got left.
Yeah. Maybe the owlbear was the most recent resident. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in the back room where you guys fought Yimmick, you don't see any evidence of, anything else going on. You don't find anything of interest. But you guys have now rescued what was left of the Lion Shield Coster's missing goods and can take that back to the city. Go back to the town of Phandalin. You can't call that little group of huts.
With the wolves and an owlbear carcass in tow.
Oh yeah, are you guys gonna take the owlbear carcass?
Yeah, for the wolves.
Yeah, I mean that's big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna probably take it to a butcher and just have it cut it up for the wolves. Trying to keep them friendly with us.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess Azrael, you're kind of the one in charge of the wolves. Give me an intelligence check.
Oh no.
Okay. So, I think, are you the one carrying the owlbear out there, right? I think it'd take you and Grimjaw both to carry it.
Yeah, it's like they're big boys.
Yeah. So, you two are kind of carrying the owlbear, and you guys start getting towards the entrance of the cave, and you hear the wolves, like, really growling. And you're like, what's going on? And then you kind of realize the way you guys are carrying it is it might almost look like the owlbear is coming at the wolves, right? So they do eventually notice that it's you guys carrying it and kind of calm down. But they were, within seconds of charging forward and trying to attack because they were afraid this owlbear is coming at them. And now they smell the blood. They realize it's dead, and I think they kind of they keep getting in your guys' way, right? You're trying to carry this big heavy thing, and now you got these wolves that are like walking around underfoot and going in between you and under the owlbear, and they're trying to smell it. They're trying to smell you guys, and then they just kind of sit down and look at you expectantly again. A similar look to how they were.
All right, just put it down. I think they want the carcass.
Okay. Yeah. Once you put it down, they dig in. They go to that open wound in its neck where you buried your axe in it, and just start mowing. And you notice that Kevin, you named the white one Kevin, right? The one that's mostly white.
Yeah.
He goes in first, right? And he gets his share of the meat, and then kind of walks away and sits on his haunches and lets the other two eat. And once they've had their fill, then they kind of get up again and start walking around and looking at you guys. But I think you can kind of tell that they have a good respect for you now, right? Like, you felled one of their great enemies, right? So now you might be considered the leader of the pack among the wolves. And they can tell that you're the one that killed it because you're the one covered in its blood.
Yeah.
Actually, after we carried it, I'm guessing both of us are covered in it now.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true.
Yeah.
All right, so do you guys still want to take what's left of the carcass? The head is mostly intact. Azrael, I know you're a big trophy hunter.
These guys are trophy hunters.
All right, so much like
I think I'll take the owlbear skin. Might be worth trading or something.
Yeah. Give me a survival roll. I think that's what you would use to like skin a beast, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. You do.
Hey, hero, I was about to offer to help.
Yeah.
I know my way around a bear carcass, apparently.
Yeah. You do a good job. I think it's not necessarily you know your way around a bear carcass, but in living with pirates, you've had to skin other animals, right? I mean, you guys use that to make leather clothing and bags and that kind of stuff, and pirates, while they do trade for a lot of stuff, they have to be somewhat self-sufficient. Yeah, you do a really good job skinning that owlbear. Now, Azrael cut the head off, so you don't get the full pelt, right? But you get all of the back and the arms and legs.
Should still be enough to.
And considering how big he was, 13 foot, I'm guessing I have plenty of material.
Oh yeah. So yeah, go ahead and mark that in your inventory so that you remember. Owlbear pelt minus head.
Okay.
Yeah, shit. All right, so you guys and your new wolf friends. I think the wolves actually realize that you guys are trying to carry all this stuff. And they start trying to pick some of it up in their mouth and carry it, but there's not a whole lot that they can really do. I think one of them actually, rips a bag of grain open because it's trying to lift it in its jaws, and it gets a hole in it, and it starts spilling grain out. But you can tell that these wolves they're very intelligent, right? They're picking up on what you guys are doing. There's just not a whole lot that they can do to help right now. So it takes you a couple trips back and forth to get everything to the wagon, right? Your guys' wagon is well hidden like it was before. No problems there. You guys don't run into any more encounters. And it's now starting to get evening time. And actually, I think it'd be getting relatively close to nightfall now, because you guys were eating lunch. It took you a few hours to get here. The exploration of the cave and the fight, and then gathering all the stuff, carrying it back and forth to the wagons. It's actually, it's getting near sunset. So what then are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna drive the wagon back into town in the dark? Are you gonna camp in the woods?
Good question. What do y'all think?
Well, I'm gonna take my healing. I'm gonna do a healing potion first.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Well, here, wait. Before you do a healing potion, you guys weren't doing any strenuous manual labor. You can roll your hit die. Oh, excuse me. Let me pull up your character sheet here.
I have 2 hit dice.
Yep. So, where the word hit dice, just click on that, and it's going to roll a d12 and add your Constitution modifier. Oh, yeah, so you only needed 1, really. And what that does is it heals you for that amount after having taken a short rest. So a short rest is an hour of non-strenuous activity. So, you know, it can't be you traveling or, you know, and if you fight in the middle of it or anything like that, it'll cancel it out. You have to start the hour over again. But, yeah, that's a way that you guys can heal during a normal day without having to expend your guys' healing potions.
Okay.
No,
so the key should be back. I was heading to read and make sure it wasn't long rest.
Yep, no, key comes back after a short rest.
And does that count as expending a die then? Except I have 2?
Yes, yeah, it expends your die for today. So once you do a long rest, you'll get that hit dice back.
All right.
All right, so what then are you guys planning on doing?
I think if we're going to camp, we should probably be away from here, considering somebody else moved the bodies, we figured.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Or if we do camp here, we might want to seal up that entrance.
Yeah, maybe we use the cave.
The other goblins.
Everyone's kind of gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we even got the wolves too. They can stay with us.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no problem. All right. So which room, I guess, are you guys gonna camp out in?
I would like to put forth the one without the shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
I guess that smaller room then.
Okay. Yeah, and you guys remember that there's a little escape kind of bolt hole too over here that Yimmick used to escape. It's down in this right here, and that also can take you outside. So then you have.
Well, it could take Glick out.
It could
but
take
not
Glick
me
out.
Or...
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
So then, at least in emergency, Glick could escape.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So, do you guys build a fire?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
I would say so.
It's easy enough to do. There is plenty of scrap, you know, wood and other crap that's left behind from the previous occupants that you guys all murdered. So that doesn't come with any kind of problem. All right, so one of the things I like to do is on times when you guys are camping, now this is up to you whether you guys want to do this or not, this is a great time for you guys to kind of role play between your characters. You know what I mean? I mean, you're sitting having downtime. You're sitting around a campfire, you know, maybe you talk about what happened during the day, maybe you guys exchange stories or information. Now, like I said, it's up to you, but I always think camping scenes are like the best time for that kind of stuff?
Well, I think while they're setting stuff up, Grimjaw's going to go down and cut a nice piece of meat from the bear so we have something to eat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a section that hasn't been touched by the wolves.
Yeah, I'm thinking some nice haunches or maybe a rack of owl ribs.
Oh,
nice.
That's good.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you find that pretty easy to do. Like I said, since you were a pirate, I think you're kind of used to cooking over a small fire, right?
Yeah.
And you do that easily enough. The smell of cooking meat starts to fill the cave, and you guys look and you see this set of glowing eyes, and you kind of freak out for a second. You're like, "Oh my god!" And then walking into the firelight are the 3 wolves. And they kind of, they're kind of shying away from the fire, but that smell of cooking meat, it drew them like flies to honey, right? They couldn't stay away if they wanted to. So I think they kind of edge, so they're just on the edge of firelight. Here, I'll move them.
I'll toss them a big old rib each.
Okay.
That way they have something to gnaw on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something to gnaw on that's not the cat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And, they all, I think at first they're kind of hesitant because they don't like the firelight, but then they creep forward and they each kind of grab one. And then Kevin kind of bats the other 2 around for a second, and they drop the food, and he, like, looks down on it, and he picks what you guys assume is the best one. I mean, it's hard telling, right? They're all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But then he sits down and starts gnawing on the bones and, eating the meat, gnawing on the bone. And the other 2 grab their pieces, and then he kind of growls at Fenrir, we're going to say. And Fenrir, like, and he kind of walks up the tunnel and keeps watch while the other 2 are eating. So you guys can tell, like I said, this is a wolf pack, right? These 3 are family. Mm-hmm. They know what's going on, and Kevin is definitely the leader out of the 3.
Is anyone else picturing the rib bone that went on the side of the car in, like, the old Flintstones?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I was thinking about a 14 or a 13-foot bear.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be some ribs.
Yeah.
They're going to be like about 5 feet long or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, these wolves really like you guys now. They are definitely your friends. So yeah, you guys you're cooking up food. Like I said, the smell is kind of permeating the entire cave. It smells amazing, and when you guys dig in, I mean, it's a little gamey, right? It's you guys don't have salt or seasoning or something like that. But I don't know if you guys have ever had bear meat. I just had it recently. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I kill a bear every year.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Idaho here.
Ah, okay. Yep.
We don't have bears in Brazil, so.
Yeah, I live in Ohio. A buddy of mine just went to Tennessee and got a black bear and came back with him.
Oh, nice.
But yeah,
I don't think we could hunt bear in Texas, or at least I haven't heard anyone hunting bear in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got mine in the above Boise this year, and spring bear. You can hunt fall and spring bear.
Mm-hmm.
Either one you want, and I chose spring this year. So this one was a little bit gamey, but the meat was sweet with all the berries. It was in a lot of huckleberries, so it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, so
the fat is really good. Just so you know, I cannot get past how good that fat is. It's like huckleberry flavored fat. I actually canned some jars of it to use later.
For some reason, I want to say, why don't you cook it with some honey? You can pair me with some honey.
You think it'd go well together.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you guys are sitting the crackling fire, a growl from the wolves once in a while as they, kind of playfully bat at each other. And I think you guys all feel like a moment of satisfaction, right? I mean, this is a job well done. You guys have now successfully cleared this cave twice, and you're getting your rewards, your just rewards for it. Enjoying a fresh kill that you guys, killed, skinned, cooked up on your own. I think you guys, you start feeling kind of a sense of camaraderie with each other, right? Like, you guys started this as essentially strangers, right? You guys had only really met up because of Rockseeker, Gundren, yeah. I keep wanting to say Durnan, but that's from a different story. So anyway, Gundren. And now I think you guys are really starting to have a healthy respect for each other's abilities. Grimjaw with your face-melting acid, and Glick is just super sneaky. Javan with his amazing agility, and Azrael with
killer.
Yeah. And Azrael with your just brute strength, I mean, just you guys really started to come together. And the evening kind of wears on, and I think you guys all start thinking, well, we should probably hit the hay. So let me ask you this. Do you guys have someone on watch?
Yeah, I would suggest it.
Okay, so the way a long rest works is you need to have 6 hours of sleep. So in a 4-person party, that means each person takes a 2-hour watch, and it ends up being 8 hours, but it makes sure that you guys all get 6 hours of sleep.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Now, it's different if you have an elf in the party, because elves don't need to sleep. They just go into this, 4-hour trance. It makes it way too easy to have somebody on watch all the time. All right, so who is taking first watch, then?
I'll take the first watch.
Okay, so yeah, the rest of you bed down. The wolves are, still guarding that entrance, and go ahead and give me a perception check, Grimjaw. All right. With a 14, I think at one point during the watch, the wolves kind of get antsy for a second. Maybe they hear something. And you think maybe you heard something in the cave, but this cave, part of the problem with it that makes it not as good a hideout as it could have been is the sound of water, right? There's just a constant sound of water that goes through it. So it kind of muffles things, and it makes you hear things that maybe aren't really there. And sometimes you might miss sounds that are. What's up, Bubby?
Daddy.
Sorry, guys, 1 second. My kid's in here asking me something. Okay, I'm back. All right. So yeah, but the wolves almost instantly calm down, and it's like maybe they smelled something for a second and then realized, oh, it's just a scent left over in this cave or something. You're not sure, but
things could be coming in to eat on what we left of the bear too.
Yeah.
Yep, that's possible. So yeah, I guess, do you try to go further investigate, or do you just ignore it?
Yeah, isn't there a ledge, like, right on the side of the cave over here?
Yep. Yeah, there sure is.
I think I'll just climb down that ledge and go over to the entrance and take a look.
Okay. Alright, so you come up here.
Because it was only like 10 foot, so it wouldn't be hard for me.
No. Now, you're going all the way down into the entranceway?
Yeah, just so I can take a look through there and see if anything's there.
Okay, yeah. Roll me a perception check. Okay. Yeah, with a 10, you look, you take a moment to really pause, and, oh, actually, wait. You don't have dark vision, right?
Yeah, I probably would have took a limb from the thing.
Okay.
From the fire.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, mini torch.
Yep.
Yeah, because we had the campfire going. It wouldn't have been hard.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no problem. You look out the cave. You don't notice anything. You wait a couple minutes. You don't hear anything except for the sound of water. Maybe some night sounds echoing out from the forest, echoing into the cave. There's some frogs. Anywhere there's a stream, there's always going to be frogs being loud. Now remind me, I'm pretty sure I said that you guys started in the spring, right? It was early spring, I think I said.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there is actually a cacophony of frogs then, because it being the springtime, it is frog let's get it on season. So you think maybe that's all it was that you heard, is maybe it was just a weird echo, but you don't see anything.
Okay.
All right, so you go back, and who's taking second watch?
I'll probably take it just because I don't trust the wolves.
Okay.
Except for Kevin, he's cool.
Yep. All right, roll me a perception check. Okay. Yeah, your watch goes completely uneventful. You do notice that Fenrir and, how are you pronouncing it? Is it Hati? Was the other one?
Yeah, it's Hati.
Okay. Fenrir and Hati seem to kind of keep a special eye on you, but Kevin seems like he's okay. But yeah, your watch passes uneventful. It's just kind of quiet and eerie. But then, every now and then the chorus of frogs starts in again, and then it kind of dies down, and then it starts in again. And you have to add, bits of wood and scraps to the fire to keep it going. But nothing interesting. All right, who's going to take third watch?
I guess I will.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same thing. The night goes on. The wolves, when you get up, I think they kind of come to you. Well, two of them do, but one of them's always at the entrance up here. And they kind of sit near you and stare up at you. And, they seem more curious than, like, playful or loyal, right? But definitely pay more attention to you than to the rest of the group. But nothing super interesting happens unless you want to do anything.
No. I guess I'll just go back to sleep and see if the wolves will join me or not.
Okay. I think Kevin does lay up next to you. Well, not like right next to you, but near you, right? But the other two stay down, and one of them is always kind of at that entranceway, watching down there. All right, that leaves Glick, right?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check. Ooh.
Damn.
Yep,
he was actually watching. We were kind of dicking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that he's more awake than we are.
Yeah. It is the end, and he had 6 hours of uninterrupted sleep. So
yeah, that's true.
That does make it a little better.
It bodes well for me then after this.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
All right. So I think what happens is you notice a sound, and you're kind of like, "What's that?" And you look this way, but the wolves don't seem super concerned. And then you glance back this way, and you see like a shadow. Like, have you ever been, you look into the darkness, and you see something skitter away, right? But are you sure that you saw it? You know, like, it's dark, so it's kind of hard for you to make out features, right? And if there was something, it was hiding, right? And it's way back into that narrow tunnel, and it scurried away. If you even saw something. You're not 100%, but you think you did.
Okay. So maybe I'll check if I really saw something or not.
Okay. Yeah, so you go into the tunnel, right? And you're crawling forward because it's not big enough for you to stand up in. And you get to a spot where suddenly the rock feels warmer than it did the rest of the way. As if something had been sitting or laying there for like quite some time, for long enough for some of their body heat to leak into the rock.
Okay.
So I think that pretty much confirms your suspicion that you did saw something. Now, are you going to follow it all the way out, or are you going to stop there?
I'll go back, like tell the guys that there was something watching us, then I'll follow it.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you guys are all awoken. I guess, Glick, do you try to, like, gently wake them up, or do you just go in and go, "Guys, I saw something," and go back out?
I'll try to gently wake them up.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe that's something still around.
Yeah. Yep. So you guys are all, kind of shaken awake, and you come to quickly, and then, your eyes kind of blurry from being suddenly woken, and you guys did take long enough that you got a long rest. So anything that you guys used up gets replaced, and you all kind of come to. And, Glick telling you, "I saw something." And then, do you follow it out that tunnel then? Or
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you other three, what do you do? Javin, you think you could fit down there, but it'd be tight, right? It'd be a tight squeeze. But you other two, you're way too broad at the shoulder.
Yeah, I would suggest Osriel and me go with the wolves and go around the normal way.
Okay.
Yeah, more out of morbid curiosity. I kind of want to squeeze through the hole.
I would say, can we have one of the wolves? Let's say Hati go with Glick. Can one of them fit through with him?
Yeah. Make an animal handling check with advantage. Okay.
So I roll twice, right?
No, it rolls twice automatically, and you take the higher number. So yeah, with a 19, yeah, I think Kevin, he seems to understand what you want, and he kind of nudges Fenrir that way, but then Kevin and Hati stay with you. So yeah, Javin, give me a acrobatics check. See how well you scurry through this tunnel.
There's no squeeze through hole check.
Oh.
Suck it in.
Okay, so a 1 in a skill check does not mean an automatic failure. Okay, that's only in combat, right? That a 1 means automatic miss. But a 7 is pretty low.
Still not
as
good.
A 7 total. So I think what happens is you get kind of claustrophobic. You know, you get like halfway through it, and you're used to kind of these more bigger open spaces. You know, you lived out in the wilderness. You know, you're not used to feeling this closed in, right? And you kind of like not full panic, but you kind of freak out a little bit, and you go to move forward quicker, right? Because you want out of this damn tunnel, and your shoulders kind of, and you get kind of stuck. Like, so it's not that you end up becoming fully stuck, but it's just it takes you a lot longer to get through that tunnel than it would have if you hadn't kind of overreacted to being claustrophobic.
Yeah.
And the wolf is behind you. So I think you kind of feel the wolf kind of nip you a couple times. Like, he's not like trying to hurt you, but he's like impatient. Yeah, you know, like what are you doing? Come on.
Why are you having a problem with this? It should be easy.
Yeah.
You're on my side. Get through here.
Yeah. So Glick, you get out pretty quick. You're small enough, and this is pretty much what this little bolt hole is designed for, as a goblin to escape, right? And as you come out, make a dex saving throw. Okay, yeah. You get shot with a crossbow bolt.
Oh.
Oh.
1d8
Poor little failure.
4. So you take 4 damage. And where that hole comes out is kind of like here. Like the bushes. Oh, here. Let me move you so you can see it. All right. So you come out right there, right? And it's within these bushes. And Javin, you thought he was right behind you, and then you're kind of like, and you look out and you see a small figure. He is down this way near the stream, and it looks like they were crouched down, like almost laying down in a sniper stance. And as soon as you showed, they shot that crossbow, and now they are taking off running down the stream. But they're very small. They're goblin-sized. All right, so as that's happening, Azrael and Grimjaw and 2 of the wolves. I'm gonna have to find like some wolf art that are different colors so we can differentiate. So I guess Glick, what do you do right away. Like, you just got shot with a crossbow bolt. You see a guy bolting away. What do you do?
I'll chase him. I'll go after him.
Okay. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is this is now a chase mechanic, right? So there isn't any specific mechanics in Dungeons & Dragons for this, but it suggests something in the Dungeon Master's Guide. So what we're going to do is you're going to make opposed acrobatics checks with the person you're chasing, okay? And if you beat them 3 times, you catch up, okay? If they beat you 3 times, they get away. And if anybody rolls a 1, it counts as 2 losses.
Okay.
Okay. And what about 20? Just to...
if you count at 20, it counts as 2 successes.
Okay. So, acrobatics. Can I go?
Yep, go ahead. Oh,
Ooh,
and then he rolled a 1 right off the bat.
You shouldn't have told him.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, that counts as 2 losses from you. So roll one more time. You have to beat them 3 times in a row now in order for you to catch up.
Mm-hmm. Another one.
Okay, yeah, that's a win for you. Go ahead and roll again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, that's actually another win for you still.
Nice.
So it's 2 and 2. So
nice.
whoever,
1 on an 8.
Yeah. Whoever wins this one.
Okay, here we go.
I'll hold it in that 20.
Okay, yeah. You catch up to him. So it's a goblin. All right, so all the rest of you guys, do me a favor, roll either acrobatics or athletics. I'm just going to have you guys roll 1 time to see if you keep up with Glick, right?
All right.
Acrobatics or athletics, whichever is higher. Oh.
Ooh, 18.
I'm still stuck in the hole.
Yeah.
Dog biting my feet.
I think what happened is in your...
Rocking yourself.
Yeah. In your hurry, right? Because you see Glick get shot. And you're like, oh, shit, I need to get out of this stupid tunnel. And you finally get out of the tunnel. And you go charging forward. But you forget that the stream's right there, right? And it's got a bank. So you, like, charge forward looking at Glick. And you go over the stream bank and fall into the water. Just...
Like, this is the worst day.
Yeah. So you lag behind, but Azrael, you keep up. Grimjaw, you don't trip and fall, but you're big and bulky and trying to run through the woods. You know, it's just not working out for you. So you fall behind as well, just not as far behind as Nick does. But Azrael, you're big and bulky too, but you're just barreling through shit and just getting lucky, right? Like, it's not that you're skilled as a woodsman or that your speed or anything like that. It's just you're getting incredibly lucky not to trip over a tree root or go crashing into a tree or tripping over a stream bank or something like that. So, Glick, you catch up, and you're 10 feet behind him, and then you're right behind him. What are you going to do?
Okay, I'm gonna shoot him with my short bow.
Okay. Okay, now, are you going to shoot while trying to keep running and keeping up, or are you going to stop and aim and shoot?
Or just blade him in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to shoot while I'm running.
Okay. Okay, so that's going to give you disadvantage on your attack roll, but it won't slow you down.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Shuttle. Go. Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. Join the club, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. So I think what happens is you get your crossbow loaded, you're running after this guy, you go to fire, and that is when your foot hits a tree root, and you kind of point down instead of, because you're forward momentum, and you fire off into the ground instead of, you're still, like, you catch up to him, so you make this shot before you're right on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do after your shot goes way wide?
Okay, so I'll right up to him, right next to him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so he's still running or not?
Yes, he's still running. You could try to grapple, which is a contested roll, or you could.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna try to trip him, no?
Yeah. Okay, so are you gonna trip him by like kicking his feet, by trying to grab him and knock him over? Or are you going to try to use your short sword to trip him?
Oh, no. You see, I have a crowbar. I'm going to throw my crowbar at him, like his feet.
Okay. Yeah, make an attack roll. Okay, this is going to be weird because you're not proficient with a crowbar, okay?
Yeah.
So, what you're going to do is, let me look at your character sheet here. Because this is called an...
I would say...
the good old throwing crowbars.
Well, I was going to say, wouldn't it be considered as a thieves' tool?
Yeah, but that's not using it as a weapon.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah.
I do enjoy, like, that was a good point, right? But it's not what it's intended to be used for, right? Now, if you were trying to, like, club him with it, I think that would be different, but trying to throw it at him is, that's why it's going to be improvised. So, what you're going to do is you're going to roll a 1d20 and just add your dexterity modifier. So, there's a couple ways you can do this. On the left, that bar of different icons, if you go over the one that looks like a d20, it'll come up with a bunch of different things. You can click that and roll a d20, and we'll just add 4 to it.
Okay.
Okay, so a 10 does not hit. So you fire your crossbow into the ground. You're like, oh, damn it, that didn't work. You pull out your crowbar, and you're like, ha-ha, and you throw it at him. And he, like, jumps right as you throw, and it just hits the ground. And it slows him up a little bit because he had to try to dodge it, but he's still running. But you're right there on him. So now go ahead and make me another acrobatics check to see if you keep up with him. All right, let's see what he gets. Okay, no, he's pulling ahead. So he is now 30 feet ahead of you. I mean, you, in trying to, like, grab your crowbar and, shoot your crossbow and try to figure out what you're going to do, it lets him start gaining a lead.
Can I use cunning action, dash, to get close to him again?
Yes. Yes, you can do that. All right, so yeah, you catch back up. You're right behind him again. Give me one more acrobatics check just to make sure you don't trip and fall on your face.
Just to not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, you beat him that time. So yeah, you are right up on him. What are you gonna do? And you've now been chasing him for a while. This is like 2-3 minutes now of you guys just jetting through the woods, and darkness. So it's getting kind of hairy, right? And I think everybody has fallen behind now because your movement speed, especially with you using cunning action, you're way faster than the rest of your party, except for Javin, who who fell.
He's laying in the lake.
He's wet now.
Laying in the river.
Yeah, if I wasn't laying down, this would be the one time to make that feline agility or whatever it is go to work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now I think you've caught back up to the rest of the party now because you are fast as hell, but you just haven't caught up with Glick yet.
Okay, I'm gonna try to grab him then, tackle him, like a linebacker.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So this time you gotta roll athletics.
Athletics.
To do a grapple, it has to be athletics, and then he can oppose you with his acrobatics, though.
No.
Nope. Nope. He's just too slippery. So he keeps going. He keeps running, and he's gaining on you again, but you can keep up. But like I said, now you are by yourself, right? Now, Javin will eventually catch up, but Azrael and Grimjaw, there's no way they're going to be able to catch up to you if you keep maintaining this pace.
Okay. So he's like 10, 20 feet now, right?
Yep.
Can I hit you with my short bow? Like,
yeah.
Position?
Yeah, you can try again. Now, like I said, you can try to do it while you're running, which is going to give you disadvantage, or you can stop and aim.
No, I'm gonna stop and aim now.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of your last
My
chance.
last.
Yep.
Yeah, my last stand.
If you don't land this, he's going to get away.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
25. Now, you don't get the sneak damage because he knows you're there.
Yeah.
But 9 damage, yeah, you stop, you take aim, you lead him a little bit, let go, and it gets him right in the back. Bam! And he drops like a stone. Just, and you run up and realize that when you shot him, it went through his back into his heart. He is dead.
Oh.
Like,
I was peaceful. Oh my god.
You did it too good.
Yeah.
So, you stop to examine the body, and you roll him over, and you realize it's Yemek. It's 23 is what you knew him as. You notice he has a backpack that's kind of like bulging almost, and you open it up and look at it, and you see some of the provisions and stuff that were missing from when you guys searched the cave. And he also has a really nice short sword. He has a short bow with a quiver of 20 arrows. He has 2 knives, and then you end up finding 15 silver pieces worth of assorted coins on him, and the jade statue, right?
Oh, yeah.
The little statuette that you guys had traded for, the human, I can't remember his name, like Saldir or something like that, right?
Sildar or something.
Sildar. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, but you killed him. He did.
In the backpack. Shot in the heart.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, his backpack was like, it's hanging off of 1 arm instead of 2. So where you shot him was just that perfect spot to right through him. Yeah, normal goblins only have 8 damage and 8 hit points, and you shot him for 9. So
yeah, I did it too good.
Yep, you killed that poor son bitch.
He should have known better. We knew each other, so he knew she should have made me get angry.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, not long after that, the wolves catch up to you first. Just after that is Javin, and he's wet and looks miserable.
It's been another night already. Been awake for maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He's the wop
water
again.
just licking him.
What is with you and water?
Yeah, not long after that, Grimjaw and Azrael, you guys catch up. And you realize that there's kind of a dense cluster of trees not far from where you guys are. And he was following the stream bank, but it's now joined a river. And there's a bend in the river, and there's this real thick cluster of trees right ahead of you guys. And it looks like he was maybe trying to aim for that that cluster of trees. And but yeah, you guys find a very dead Yemek with Glick standing over him, stealing all his stuff.
Typical road things.
Yeah.
Does he still have the head?
No, you could take his head if you so desire.
Oh yeah, please take his head.
Well, I want the bugbear head that he ran out with.
Oh, no, he wouldn't be carrying that around, man. That's too big for him to just be lugging around all over the place.
Yeah, he's a goblin. That head would be the size of him.
Yep. Yeah, you would have been able to recover that, now that I think about it, because he wouldn't have taken it with him when he escaped out of that little bolt hole. So if you want, we can kind of retcon that back, and you found the bugbear head.
All right.
Yeah, because he wanted it because he hated the guy, but after he betrayed you guys and escaped, he wouldn't have taken that head with him. It has slowed him down.
So you said we can kind of see where he was running? Can kind of poke that way without going too terribly far?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and Glick, I think you actually feel a moment of poetic justice, too, because you remember that he was firing on your teammates to the back, right? And now you shot him through the back.
Yeah.
Killed that motherfucker. Everything comes around in a circle.
Karma came around.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you guys are going to try to, like, stealthily sneak up and look into this cluster of trees?
Yeah.
I don't think the wet kitty's being very sneaky, just kind of walking that way.
Okay.
So all pouty, moody walk.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I guess, Javin, you start moving that way before everybody else does. So give me a perception check.
There it is. I always get lost on the ones that are in the middle, even though they're in alphabetical order.
Okay, yeah. As you're coming forward, you notice it looks like someone has made like a hide up in one of the trees. Like someone has taken a bunch of foliage and branches and put it in kind of a rough shelter on one of the larger low branches of a tree.
How high up is it?
It's like 10 feet.
I can climb up there, I think. I'll try to climb up there and just peek around.
Okay, yeah, I'm not even going to make you roll for that. You're a Tabaxi. You have climbing speed pretty much automatically. So, yeah, you just scurry up the tree and you poke your head in to this little shelter, and there's a measly-ass ratty blanket, right? There's so like some hay as bedding. You find some weapons. There's a couple scimitars that you are pretty sure are from the dead bodies in the cave when you guys murdered them. You're pretty sure one of them scimitars tried to take your head off at one point. There is 12 gold pieces worth of assorted coins, and some meat that looks suspicious. Like maybe it's from a person.
Yeah, probably just scooping up the coins and put 2 and 2 together. It's probably a little goblin touch.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving the rest of it there. The rest of it's probably gross.
Yeah, it is, and it's smelly, and you can tell that this goblin's not a super woodsman-y type, you know, like, but he threw together what he could, his meager possessions after you guys murdered his entire bandit crew.
Yeah, we got him too, if it makes him feel better.
yeah, now he can go meet up with them.
Just send him to join them. That's all we did.
Yep. All right, so, I think you guys were kind of walking that way, and you see Javin just scurry up a tree, and he's up there for a minute or so and comes back down. His pockets a little fatter than they were before. And the wolves come up, and they start sniffing Yemek's corpse, and then you see him kind of, and they just, like, walk away. Like, they got standards.
They come back, whoa, that guy stinks.
Especially after the owlbear stuff. It's like, just the comparison alone.
Yeah. Well, and I think after that, you guys kind of noticed that Yemek seems a little worse for wear. He's a little more gaunt than he was. Like, he probably hasn't eaten since this has gone on. Which has only been 2 days, but he didn't have a lot of meat to lose in the first place.
And he ate his friends.
Yeah, well, for a goblin, that's not super desperate, but at the same time, like, I don't think human meat would be all that tasty. I don't know. Maybe it would. I don't know. I don't want to think about that.
Good thing he wasn't a lizard folk. He would have eaten everything then.
Oh, yeah, without a problem. Speaking of that, do any of you guys watch Puffin Forest on YouTube by any chance?
No.
Don't think I've got him, though.
I am going to link him into the Discord. I highly recommend Puffin Forest. He does, like, funny D&D animations, okay? And most of them are pretty short. They're really good. But he also does a Curse of Strahd campaign where he, like, talks through what his party did and what their reactions were, but it's not all the rolling and that kind of stuff, you know, it's just him talking about it, but it's actually really good. It's a great thing to, like, while you're doing something else and you're just half listening to it, it's really well done. I'll link that in the Discord later.
Yeah, please do. It's just like something I can listen to while I'm at work or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really good. Dingo Doodles I highly recommend too. I'll link both of them.
Dingo. Yeah, I follow, what's his name? All Things D&D or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, All Things D&D. I follow that guy.
Yeah. Crap Guide to D&D is really good too.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Pretty good. Yeah, him I haven't seen.
Yeah, I just started following him recently.
Yeah. Yep, that's one of the things I've been trying to do on my TikTok channel is put things other than Critical Role and Dimension 20 out for people to watch. Like I love Critical Role and Dimension 20, don't get me wrong, but they're both always 4.5 hours long. Like,
yeah,
that's a long freaking time, man. Like, let's condense that down some. Okay, so yeah, you guys, you did rest long enough that you guys all got considered to have a long rest. This chase was intense, but not, you know, death-defying or anything, right? So you guys are okay. What then are you guys going to do now?
Might as well get the supplies back into town.
Yeah, finish the original thing we planned on.
Okay.
Yeah, surprise visitor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. The owlbear head that you are bringing with you, where do you put it on the wagon? Like, are you, like, displaying it proudly so people can see it? Or are you keeping it in the covered part of the wagon?
I would say by now it's more of a skull because I probably would have cleaned it out.
Yeah.
And so I would say it'd be on the wagon.
Okay. So you like affixed it to the wagon somewhere outside, right, where people can see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you make a helmet?
The Owlmobile now.
Yeah, you could make a cool helmet out of that.
Yeah.
Maybe you take it to Smitty the Smithy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
We don't know him, and we're all like, good old Smitty.
So yeah, you guys, the trip back to town's pretty easy. You guys, once you get back on the road, it's a straight shot. It takes you a couple hours. You get back into town, and the kid that once stole a copper piece from you guys, and then later he kind of expressed his how he was impressed with you guys, right? You guys were coming out of the inn, and he asked you guys if you would really.
Didn't one of us give him a silver or something to get info?
Yeah, I gave him a silver piece.
Yep. So you guys see him now as you're trudging into town, and he sees you guys, and then he sees that skull hanging there, and he kind of. And you guys notice now that he has a short sword belted on his belt. And it looks like he was maybe trying to kind of fashion his own leather armor by, like, stitching things together, and it's not coming out really good. But for homemade, I mean, it's not horrible, right? But it's kind of laughable as actual protection, right?
Yeah.
And so he comes running up to the wagon, and he's like, Is that an owlbear?
He was.
It was.
That's delicious.
So yeah, he's like, you guys, where have you been? Like, and he's like, I'm gonna go tell everybody, and then he just runs off. Like, and you guys could tell he actually seemed like he was getting embarrassed, and you guys kind of saw his face flush for a second. Like, he's like, wait, I can't act like some stupid country yokel in front of my heroes. And then he runs off.
We have a fan club.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys kind of triumphantly return, which nobody even knew that you were leaving, really. And But you guys see several people definitely notice that you're back, notice the owlbear skull. And you kind of see, like, women that are out doing laundry and hanging it up on a line, and they start whispering to each other excitedly. And, different townsfolk going about their daily lives, routines, all noticing and taking notice. And, you get a couple of the polite nods and a couple waves. And it's early in the morning, right? So, Elsa, the barmaid, is on her way to the inn on Main Street and sees that, and it's just like, and goes running into the inn, like, instantly. All right, so what are you guys gonna do now? Are you going? Like, it's really bright and early. Like, the sun just came up because you guys got woken up before sunrise, even, by this whole Yimmick situation that popped up.
I say we go deliver this stuff to the Lions Inn and get our gold.
Yeah.
Or the Lions shop there and get our gold.
Okay.
And then the rest of you guys want to wait for us or come with us. But you might want to go get something to eat or stop at the inn. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably go with them since I don't know where they went the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lions Shield.
Okay.
You can.
The Lions Guild.
Yeah.
Yeah, our kitty can go see his girlfriend though if he wants.
Yeah.
I mean if he's excited,
All right.
Does he purr when he sees her?
Oh, where did she go? Oh, there we go. Lenine Greywind. Is that what I said her name was last time? Lenine?
Lynn?
Okay.
I don't really remember.
Okay. So yeah, you guys, you get to the Lion Shield Cluster, and you pull up with the wagon full of goods, and you come up to the door and try it, and it's locked. So what are you guys doing then? Do you knock? Do you just try to wait a little while? Do you go somewhere else and come back?
I guess one knock won't hurt.
Yeah, we can knock, but first of all, who said does he purr?
Me.
I almost spit good mead. That took every bit I had not to lose that mead. I was choking over here, damn it.
That was pretty good. All right, yeah. So you guys knock, and you hear, "Oh my goodness, who would be this early in the morning?" And the door shoots open, and you can see she's like angry for a second, and then she sees you guys, and she's, "Gentlemen, what do I have the pleasure?"
I guess I'll pipe up and say we brought your goods.
Oh my stars! Okay, come right in. And she like kind of gets out of the way, and you guys realize, oh crap, we haven't like grabbed any of the stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you guys start unpacking stuff from the wagon, and like before, she comes out and gives a hand. Lenine here is not at all afraid of doing a little hard work, putting a little elbow grease in herself. And one of the times when you guys are kind of passing each other, Azrael, she gives you the good game tap. It's a nice good smack on the butt. The whole time she's just, well, I can't believe these big strong men. It was only a day ago that they told me, my stars, my goodness. And she's like, I never thought I'd see these goods again. And you can see her kind of tallying up, and she's like, and I do believe almost every part of it is here. You really are amazing. And so she's like, well, I guess once you guys are done bringing everything in, she's kind of set some of it up to, be displayed and put some more in a back room. And she's like, well, I guess you guys are due something special. Come with me. And she leads you into a back room. And in that back room, there's this large bookshelf, right? And she grabs one of the books, and when she pulls it out, you realize all the books are fake. It's actually one big wooden panel, okay, on this particular shelf. And she pulls it out, and there's a doorknob behind it, and she turns the knob, and the whole bookshelf swings out. And she's like, right this way, gentlemen. And she leads you into this room, and it is full to the brim with weapons and armor. I mean, everywhere. And you guys immediately are impressed by the craftsmanship, right? These aren't just your normal, everyday, found at a blacksmith or a weapon shop. These are good.
Several cuts above the bandit stuff we've been looking at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And she's like, I realize you are just starting in your adventuring days, but let me tell you, I have outfitted many an adventuring party, and I know what is what. And looking around, you guys can be like, yeah, she knows what she's talking about. Now, what this does mechanically is it's going to offer you guys the chance to be able to buy masterwork weapons, which you add 150 gold to the weapon's normal price, which I think if you guys go under the compendium, which is the lowercase I in the circle, and look up weapons, I want to say they have a list and prices in here. Let me check. Yeah. So if you just type in weapon, there'll be a thing that just says weapons, and you can scroll through that, and it has every single weapon for Dungeons and Dragons. Other than if you want to get into the crazy stuff like katanas, which a katana is just a long sword that's flavored a little different, right? I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So you had 150 gold, which this actually is not a rule in 5th edition. It's from 3.5 edition, but I've carried it forward because I like it. So what a masterwork weapon does is it gives you a +1 to attack, but it does not give you the +1 to damage that a magical weapon would. And I think you guys don't quite have 150 gold each yet to be able to buy something this nice.
No, I'm holding the party's gold, and I think I have 73 gold total.
Yeah.
Yeah, and after scrounging the goblin stuff, I've got 12.
Yeah.
I still only have 10.
Yeah, I have 10 only.
Yep. So you guys will eventually be able to upgrade and get this stuff. And you guys also notice that there is some scroll cases around, which none of you guys can really use. I think there is a way for you to try to read out a scroll and make it cast a spell. I'll have to look into the rules for that. And there are potions. A bunch of minor healing potions, which you guys are familiar with, and then a few others that you are not. Minor healing potions are 50 gold each, but I'm pretty sure she promised you guys some potions, right? If you completed that quest for her, or was that was the sister?
No, that was a different one.
Yeah, that was
This one was the 25 gold and 15% off anything in her shop.
Yep. And she goes on to explain, of course, that 15% will count for anything in here as well. So, shoot, I need a calculator. I don't know what 15% of 150 is.
Isn't that like 15?
Yeah. Give or take.
Maybe 22, something.
Well, 10%.
22. Yeah. So.
Yeah, 22 gold.
Yeah. So minus 150. So you add 127 gold to any cost.
So instead of being a crap load more than we have, it's just a lot more than we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So she kind of sees your guys' hesitation, and she says, I thought it might be too early in your adventuring days for these kinds of things. And she's like, but remember, they're always available. And when she says available, Azrael, she looks at you and gives you the smoky look, you know, the...
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yep.
It's like, I'm going to have sex with this woman in order to get something free. I want
to... Well, I guess that would...
picture of the barbarian blushing right now.
That would depend on your athletics check, by the way.
Finger blushing.
So yeah, she thanks you guys profusely, right? And says you are welcome to her shop at any time. And she's always kind of giving Azrael the side eye. So you guys are all apparently going to get some NPC that flirts with you. It's going to be harder for you, Grimjaw.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Grimjaw's choking on mead over here.
Yeah.
He's gonna find that brothel and just have his way there.
Yeah.
God, when you said that, does he purr? I don't know why. God, that made me laugh.
The answer is yes.
That's great.
Oh.
That's great. All right, guys. So, what now would you like to do?
I guess we go back to the inn.
Eat something.
Yeah, how much time do we have before we need to end?
It's 5:30, so we could go another half hour. If you guys want, this is a pretty good stopping point. We could stop here.
Well, I wondered. I hated to take like another big quest or something if we immediately got to stop because
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, no. If you guys want to continue, you know, we could at least decide what you guys want to do next.
Okay.
That way, you know, we can start right up into some action in 2 weeks. Oh, and let me remind all you guys, I'm going to be playing in a Savage Worlds campaign tomorrow at 6 that I will be live streaming. So if you guys want to stop by, that would be great.
Yeah. Okay. I might. I guess depending on where y'all streaming on, I might be able to jump on. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. I think I'm streaming live to all 3 of them anyway. I'm going to have to double check. I haven't checked Facebook yet. Earlier I was streaming to YouTube and Twitch both. I know that. But it was under the wrong title, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someday I'll figure out all this crap. And my one shot, Affy, she runs a channel called Vacter TV, or TTV. So she streams on Twitch all the time. And she was giving me some pointers. And then I got Digsby Dice, I think was the guy's name, and he streams. And then I found out there's a girl that just started a TikTok channel not too long ago called Brothers in Dungeons, and she actually lives really close to me, and they do an in-person streaming thing. So I'm trying to get a guest shot on her in-person game. You know, do like the Critical Role, like just come in for a couple episodes or something.
Yeah.
Maybe she can help you set up your stuff too.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. I never thought that, you know, my whole purpose of starting all this is I want to start my own gaming store eventually. That's what I'm working towards. And I was like, well, I'll start a TikTok channel and a YouTube channel and, you know, just do videos and stuff. And maybe if I get, that'll be free advertisement for my store when I start it. And I've just been getting more and more involved with it as time's gone. So anyway,
offer's still on the table if you need an employee.
Yeah. I will eventually.
You guys are lucky. There is nowhere near me.
Yeah.
I don't even have anybody in town that plays or anything because I live what I live in, the village we're in at Philandria would look big.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I just joined the group recently for in person, but we haven't started playing yet. We just make characters like Sunday.
Okay.
Oh,
Same
that's
thing.
cool.
It was just one of my
That's
buddies
really
figured
cool.
out I was doing this. He's like, "Well, I could have taught you too. Oh, come on!" And so we got another one going Saturday now.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's really cool. That's
That's
really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, that makes me super proud for you guys, man. I love playing. Like, at one point, now this has been years and years ago, but I was in like 5 different campaigns at once.
Oh.
But then I had kids, and it's like, yeah, now I don't have this much time.
Oh, you could get your kids in it too.
Yeah, no, I do. We were playing a family campaign. Now it's kind of petered off since they started school again, but I'm planning on starting it back up.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, in my kids' campaign, I have this NPC whose name is Doggo Jojo. And his voice is Doug from Up. And yeah, he's a 7-foot-tall warforged, but with a dog plushy exterior. Okay, but then he wears plate armor. has a long sword and a shield, and he's a protection paladin. But all the time, he's looking for his buddy Bertram, right? So he's like, have you seen Bertram? I am looking for Bertram. I have been looking for Bertram for a long time. But then whenever he says his name's like a recording of someone else saying his name. So every time he says his name, he'll be talking like he normally does. Then he goes, "Doggone Jojo." He's one of my favorite characters I've ever created, by far.
I guess since we're going to head back to the end, I tell Lynn, right? How do we say her name is?
It's Lenine, but yeah, Lynn for short would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell Lenine, maybe I'll see you later tonight.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now, for a second, it looks like she's gonna blush, and then she kind of like gives you the eyebrow, like, "Darling, don't start anything you can't finish." All right, yeah. So you guys head to the inn, and you stable your wagon again with the actual person that works at the stable, rather than the child that ran off with your copper piece the first time.
Our fan club, yeah.
And when you guys enter, the common room's, bustling and busy like it always is, especially this time of the day. Like, it's pretty early morning, so there's a bunch of people that are in for breakfast before they go about their daily, what have yous. And when you guys walk in, everything kind of goes quiet. And there's a lot of looks over, and then everybody starts whispering again. So, like, the conversation starts back up, but now it's a lot more muted than it was before. And the innkeeper, whose name I will never remember, but Toblin Stonehill.
Yeah.
He greets you guys and says, "I'm pretty sure you boys are famous now." And he kind of looks in the... He's like, "Now tell me, because I gotta know, is it true that you have an owlbear skull hanging on your wagon out there?"
You want to go see for yourself?
I can't believe it. I thought it had to be rumors. He's like, I've heard from somebody else that you guys had killed a whole cave full of bandits or something, but an owlbear, that's impressive. And he's like, "Come on." And he walks you to the bar, and he tells his wife, who is normally the one running the bar, let me bring her, Trilina, he's like, "Around on me." And he says, "In honor of our heroes." And he hands you guys some drinks and holds it up, and everybody else goes, "To the heroes!" And everybody starts drinking back. So you guys are definitely gaining fame and renown.
I'm assuming that owlbear was a problem?
Well, owlbears are, like I said, they're like a childhood story, right? They're dangerous. They're huge. Like, a group of adventurers could take it on, but a group of commoners, it would have ate through these people like nothing, right? And it wasn't even a day's journey away, and had taken up residence in a cave. Now, they might not know all that, but they know you guys weren't even gone for a full day, so you couldn't have gone too far and killed this thing. So, yeah, I mean, like, that's
it would have been well within his hunting zone.
Yeah. So that is a big deal, right? Like, bandits fighting against people, that happens all the time. Most bandits have like 7 hit points. A commoner could kill a bandit. Now, the bandit would be way more likely to kill the commoner, but it could go the other way. But a commoner versus owlbear, no way. Like, you guys have class levels and hit points, and these people all have like 4 hit points, right? You guys could kill them without even thinking about it. So I want you guys to remember that as more and more things happen. Now, eventually you can run into commoners that have class levels. Guards will always have class levels and be a lot tougher than commoners. People, like if there's kings and queens and stuff, right, they'll have class levels and that kind of stuff. But in a little crap town like this, nah. Maybe the blacksmith. So you guys are, to them, you guys are superheroes. You guys are rock stars and, starting quarterbacks and, like, especially in this little shit town, yeah.
Where are the wolves?
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. I didn't think of.
I just remember about them.
I don't know if they followed us all the way back.
I think what happened, and this could change later, but when you guys get to the town, the wolves stopped because they don't like the smell of that many people, right?
Okay.
So they are out in the woods somewhere near town.
Yeah, I was going to say, you want me to roll an animal handling to see if I could tell them just stay nearby?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an animal handling check. And I actually think what this is going to be for is... Oh, nice. So it wasn't the crit, but... Well, no, you have advantage, yeah. You have advantage. You've been working on this relationship with the wolves. Right?
You roll 120s.
Yeah. So, you have taught them that when you do a certain call or whistle, it's up to you how you want to flavor it, that they come to you. Okay? So, in that small amount of time of you traveling back and forth and, carrying the stuff and that, so, they have learned that you do this specific call and they come. So it's up to you whether you want to do it like the 2-finger super loud whistle, or maybe you have some like tribal war cry or something you want it to be, or it's up to you however you want to flavor it.
Kevin McAllister's scream from Home Alone.
Yeah. Kevin!
I guess I'll decide whenever it comes to it, when we need them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe make them a collar, the owlbear fur or something.
That could be nice. But we gotta find someone, Tanner or someone.
Yeah.
They call it out the owlbear.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you guys kind of discussed that for a minute. And then you guys think that you've seen where people keep mastiffs and they put the spiked collars on them, right? So that other animals can't bite their throat. Like, that's actually the idea behind a spiked collar, is it's supposed to be protection for an animal's windpipe, right?
Good idea. Maybe you can use the owlbear's bones.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, you can get some bones sharpened. You guys have that great big pelt, so you got plenty of... Oh, and I guess, did you bring that up at the Lion Shield Coster that you guys had that? Because she doesn't make stuff herself, but she'd probably be someone that would know.
No, I was actually going to ask at the inn, or if they knew somebody I could take it to.
Okay. All right, well, I'll tell you what, guys. Let's kind of just put a pin on this here. I think it's a good part to kind of stop at. You guys can think what you want to do next. You guys have several missions that are kind of on the sideline right now. You guys have heard a lot of tell about the red brands, right? And they're causing trouble in town. The sister gave you a quest to go speak to a banshee and get a spell book from her. But in order to do that, you had to retrieve this necklace from this manor that's on the...
a comb.
Yeah. That's on the... Oh, a comb. A comb. Yep.
Yeah, silver comb.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's protected by a banshee.
Yep. And then there was at least one other. Well, you guys did finish the quest for the Lion Shield Coster.
And
yeah, we're still technically,
AR.
looking for Eorn or whatever
Yarn.
it is.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're gonna check on the Red Hoods in the giant bar or whatever.
I'm about to say, we know where they are. They're just in the other inn. It'd be one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody here go home and lock your doors. We have some business in town.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, something like that.
And that is something I totally want you guys to picture when you're in town. Is this is a frontier town, right? So think Wild West, right? Think you're calling these guys out on Main Street in the saloon, right? And and Sergio Leone spaghetti western style, right? Like, I love that feel.
The man of no name. The man are fistful for $1, like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That is in town. Everybody knows.
Yeah, I remember those were the two quests. I was like, the Banshee kind of takes care of itself. Nobody wants to go mess with it.
Yeah.
That's next.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, then of course,
you
guys are still looking for your friend Gundren too.
But maybe the bandits, like the head brands, know something about it. Maybe.
That is a possible lead.
And by the time we're done with this city, Grimjaw's bad reputation is no longer going to play effect. Everyone's going to have mixed feelings.
Yeah. That is true.
Right? He had a Wild West showdown with some bandits in a small town.
Well, but that could also, it would increase your reputation, right? And you already had a bad reputation, so it might just spread word far and wide that you don't fuck with Grimjaw, right?
Yeah. I'm going to say you melt a few bandits in the middle of town. People look the other way sometimes.
Yeah. Did you guys see my TikTok I did the other day if my original character Morden became a god?
I saw that.
Oh,
I think so.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of your stuff though in a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, I said he'd be the god of retribution, right? I was like, he'd be the god of fuck around and find out. Oh. All right, guys. Well, shit, man. This campaign's seriously one of the funnest I've played in a long time, and you guys are so low level yet, man. Like, it's only gonna get better. So I will
get more creative later.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, it'll get bigger and bigger, believe me. Like, you guys are already, you have this, like, ton of quests, right? Just wait. Like, it gets bigger and bigger, and the world will get bigger and bigger, and
yeah, this is our small town.
Yeah.
Like side quests.
Yeah, this is the starter town. Yeah, the introduction. Yeah, it'll get crazy. I will tell you guys that you're like a third of the way now to level 2, to level 3, just with killing that bugbear.
Nice.
Owlbear.
Owlbear. And Owlbear is challenge rating 3. And you guys are level 2. So challenge rating 3 means it should take a group of 4 level 3 characters to kill it. And you guys just decimated the fucking thing. Now you got some good rolls, is basically what, and you guys cornered it. Like
good rolls and tried out the Fury of Blows. Turns out hitting 3 times a turn's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty strong. Well, between that, your barbarian gashing it in the neck, your rogue stabbing it in the butt.
Exactly.
It worked out pretty well. So, all right, guys, kind of think about what your character wants to do. I'm going to start sharing some more stuff on the Discord for this. I've been distracted lately because there's new bright and shiny Savage Worlds, right? So, the moment I found out
I've been playing Assassin's Creed, so that's fine.
That's the wife's she wants to get into some computer game again that me and her can play together, and I don't know what to play yet. We're trying to think. There is a new open world D&D game that's in beta on Steam right now. That looks really good. I can't remember what they called it. If they put Baldur's Gate on it, I think is maybe what they called it. I'll have to look into it again, but a buddy of mine from work was telling me about it, and I watched a video preview on it, and they really tried to make it where, like, all spells are useful. So, like, one of the spells is jump, and it triples your jump distance, right? So you can, like, bypass quests and stuff, and just be like, nah, I don't want to do this, and jump up on some cliff, and then go around the guy and jump down. like, nah, I don't want to do this encounter. Yeah. And there's a bunch of really cool stuff on it. Like, they made it so if you have Charm Person, you can really charm NPCs and make them your ally. And
that's cool.
But right now, they only have, I think, 4 classes released on it. And Warlock wasn't one of them, which really made me sad.
DLC layer.
Yeah. I just love Warlocks so much. So, one of the things about Warlocks, and Monks kind of get some of this too, is they get everything back on a short rest. All of their abilities, short rest. So you guys will see memes about Warlocks where it's like they want to take a nap all the time. like,
I've seen them all.
Let me take a power nap.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Warlock's thing, man. You take a nap, and then when you wake up, you're like, all right, let's go. You got all your shit back. But up until they get to, like, level 12, they only have 2 spell slots. So it's like they almost have to take a nap. like, all right, I blew my 2 spells. Let's take a nap.
Yeah, now that I killed some guys, who's tired?
Yeah.
It's like, someone carry me, I'm going to take a nap.
Yep. Yep, but then if, your average day is 16 hours, right? So if you take 4 or 5 naps during that, right?
What you do is, like, you have a barbarian, you build one of those little baby harnesses. So
yeah.
You just carry him around.
Oh, yeah. Maybe Demon Slayer, you guys watch it, the anime? He carries, like, his sister in a box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Yep, that's great. My kids really liked that one until I made them go back and watch the first episode, and then they're like, "Oh my god!" Like, yeah. It started a little dark.
Yeah.
But I wanted them to know the origin story.
Like
yeah. I actually saw a stream one time where this girl was a kobold warlock, and she did get carried around by a Goliath fighter. Yeah, she had a really cool idea. She had, she was originally a human and got cursed into being a kobold. When she was a human, she had her contract with her patron tattooed on her arm, and whenever she cast a spell, one of the parts of the contract, like, lit up, and that was her flavor for casting spells. And I'm like, man, that's
cool.
that's
really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the other group, the group I'm playing with on Saturday now. I just made a monk again, just to kind of stick with it. I was like, I still don't want to play Spellcaster. But he was helping me out with the backstory for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Because all I did really was pick the generic options and didn't really pick anything.
Yeah.
So I'll have to get with you later this week. We've pretty well got it done now. It's nothing too complicated. He's been helping me fix it to make it actually a backstory instead of just kind of, you picked these 3 things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's no problem, man. And if you ever want to get a hold of me on TikTok or Discord, just send me a direct message, man, and we can go over it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about making this character again, but changing a few things for this group I just joined. Okay. Because I was thinking about doing a gnome artificer.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, man, artificer takes a lot, and I just started, so I might just go back to barbarian.
Yeah, artificer's complicated. A great starting caster class, though, is sorcerer, right? Because you only know, like, 4 or 5 spells at the beginning, and then you get to pick which ones you cast for your spell slots. So it's not like a wizard where you have to learn them and then memorize them for the day, and then you can only cast those spells. Sorcerer, you just have a very limited spell list, but then you can pick which spells you do for that spell slot. And my favorite class, Warlock, is very similar, But the cool thing about Warlock is you get these things called Eldritch Invocations that let you customize the Warlock by having spell-like abilities, but they're not spells. One of them is Mask of Many Faces, and you can just cast Disguise Self at will as many times as you want. So that's why I love being a Charlatan Warlock, because I can just cast Disguise Self, look like whoever the hell I want, trick people out of their stuff. And then they go chasing after somebody that's not me, which is my favorite.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
My character idea for the artificial was gonna be like a Russian, almost a Russian schoolgirl, but she's a tank person.
Yeah.
Like on YouTube, if you watch the anime called Girls und Panzers.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, the character I'm trying to replicate is called Katusha.
Okay.
And her attitude is just amazing. Like, she's the shortest person in the whole anime, I think. But she holds herself up high. Like,
yeah.
Almost to the point where, like, if she sees her taller than her, she asks her second in command to put her on the shoulder and, like, now you're below Katusha.
That's great.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's something I'm kind of worried about with this Savage Worlds game I'm playing tomorrow, is I made my character all about, he's got this traumatic backstory, he's on a quest for vengeance, and he's bloodthirsty and pissed, right? Well, then I found out one of the other people made a Bigfoot druid, essentially, right? And they're a pacifist.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to make some interesting role play, it'll be cool. But I'm going to definitely go over the safety cards thing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but you'll have 3 colored cards, a green, a yellow, and a red, right? And green means, even though my character is uncomfortable, I'm fine with what's going on, right? And then yellow is like, hey, let's back off a little. And red is, hey, you crossed the fucking line, right? So I definitely want them to have that in play, because I will get really into character. And I'm not saying I'm going to PvP with them. I don't want that to happen. But if I come across one of my enemies and they try to stop me from killing them, it's going to go bad.
When you mentioned pacifists, a question brought up to mind, like, are they going to be like a true pacifist, or are we looking at like peacemaker pacifists?
Yeah, it's more of a peacemaker pacifist. They will fight if it becomes necessary or to protect people's lives, but they will not kill unnecessarily. So, like, if we've clearly won a fight, they will ask the people to surrender, right? But if my guy's fighting against a coalition force that slaughtered my people, there's not going to be any prisoners. There's no asking questions. That person is going to die. So we'll see how it goes. And, like, at the same time, I don't want to go full murder hobo, where I just kill everybody I come across. But there's a specific faction, the coalition, who destroyed my city and killed my people. And if you have joined their side, you are dead to me until I make you real dead. So,
that sounds reasonable enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it'll make for some real interesting role-play scenarios. So we'll see how that goes. I'm real interested to run it. It's a real interesting system. It's similar to D&D with a lot of the out-of-combat rules, but the in-combat rules are way different.
I saw something earlier online that I think Wizards already announced, like 5.5 or 6th edition.
Yeah, 2024. It'll be 10 years after 5th edition was released. And they also announced that they're going to start releasing things in a format that they've never done before, which makes me think they're going to launch their own website like Roll20 or D&D Beyond. They've always shied away from that stuff before. They don't like doing anything digitally. But Roll20 originally was built to be the Wizards of the Coast 5th edition website. It was supposed to be so you could roll your own games, you could make your own maps, that's what Roll20 was for. But then Wizards of the Coast backed out of it, and Roll20 was like, well, fine, screw you, we'll just do it for every RPG then, and launched it anyway.
Yeah.
And D&D Beyond actually does not have an official license from Wizards of the Coast. But they release all the books digitally through, like, some weird fucking bullshit. Somebody explained it to me once, and I'm like, that sounds way too complicated. I'm just going to go with they release it digitally, and that's it. So if Wizards of the Coast decides to go into a digital format, it'll be really game-changing. It ought to be really interesting.
Yeah, I just hope when they do go digital, they release like something with either a special code or a discount code with the books, so that you don't have to buy everything twice.
Yeah, that is annoying, and that's one of the things. I've actually bought some things 3 times because I have Roll20, D&D Beyond, and the physical copy. And so I stopped doing that. I'm right now I'm on the border with whether I want to keep supporting Roll20 or D&D Beyond, because I have to pick one. I'm not going to buy shit on both of them. I like Roll20 for the maps and the atmosphere, but D&D Beyond is way less clunky than Roll20 is.
Yeah, the character creation is amazing on D&D.
Yeah, so I don't know which I'm going to go for. And I actually lucked out. One of my people in my one-shot, one of my players, has every single content on D&D Beyond. Everything. And so when I made my campaign on D&D Beyond, they activated their sharing content. So right now I have access to everything on D&D Beyond. Minus the one that just came out, that Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Which looks cool. You could be a fairy as a playable race now, man.
You could be Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, I was going to say, my buddy was talking about that when there was a rabbit one.
One guy on TikTok's getting ready to start a Watership Down campaign, which I was really interested in. That is a weird book. They made a series of it on Netflix, too. It's pretty good. But I want to be a fairy warlock with a pseudo-dragon familiar. Or a fairy dragon familiar. It's going to be awesome. I'll ride around on my fairy dragon and shoot Eldritch Blast at motherfuckers. All right, guys. It's 6. I'm going to get going.
Okay.
Thank you all. And, guys, please, if you come across anything cool, share it on the Discord, man. The more we interact with each other, the better the gaming experience will be, too, because we'll know each other better. So feel free to share whatever you want, and I'll start sharing some more stuff on there, too. If you guys got questions, comments, or concerns, get with me. We will meet in 2 weeks, which will be October the 13th.
At least something once in a while. I want to say that's the 7th.
What was that?
Oh, yeah, the 13th.
Yep. Yep, 2 weeks from now. Wednesday, the 13th of October. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which you guys are all in different time zones, so it'll be different.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll put it, I know I said I was going to put it on Roll20 last time, and then I looked at it today and realized I didn't put it up there until today when I got on. So I'll really do it this time, I think.
Nah, no hurry.
Do we have to watch you do it?
Man.
Yeah.
You might have to. Here, let me do that. Exit game. It does have this weird thing where, like, schedule game. Come up. Why is it, like, grayed out? Like, it won't let me schedule a game.
Probably because we're in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That might be it.
Yeah. And I have learned do not drink good mead while we're playing.
There we go. Yeah. This is 13th, 2 p.m., 2 p.m.
I laughed. One of the places I work for sent so much mead. I'm going to be drinking mead until next year.
That's nice.
Damn.
Yeah. I do reviews and stuff online for this company, but I try to put some of them on TikTok now and then. And, yeah, I made the mistake of saying, yeah, I could try some mead. Yeah.
Oh, I saw one, man. That looked good.
Oh, yeah, that was the first mead I tried from the box. The box had 24 bottles in it, all different.
Oh,
and
man,
that was the first one I pulled out, and it was really good. That bottle didn't even last 2 hours. It was gone.
All right, guys. I got some stuff I got to go do, so I'm out.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Okay.
Yep, I'll see you in 2 weeks, and I'll talk to you guys on Discord, man. Catch y'all later.
All right, man.
Okay.